Right, good afternoon, boys and girls, and welcome along to our weekly Special Mentions Assembly. And here I am back in the office, ready for our weekly Mention Assembly. So, good afternoon to everybody that's watching at home today, and also good afternoon to everybody that's in school also watching. So, I'm going to give those classes and people a shout out just to begin with. So, let's start off with good afternoon to Nicola, who's watching at home. Hello to Kajani and Varish. And hello to Key Stage 2 Hall Bubble. So our children that are in childcare at the moment are in the Key Stage 2 bubble, watching up there. So good afternoon to you. And hello to Jaguar Bees that are also watching in their class. I know most classes are watching assembly this afternoon. Hello to Oliver and Noah Clark that are also watching at home. Hello to Fenley. Good afternoon to Daisy and Rosie. And also good afternoon to Martha and Mabel that are also watching at home this afternoon. So welcome along to Assembly. So this week's been a great week. We've now got all of our year groups back in school. So we welcome back this week Year 3 and Year 4. So everybody that wanted to come back to school before summer has been able to do so. So welcome back. It's been great seeing you in school and seeing you having lots of fun. And I'm going to talk a little bit more about that fun just a little bit later on because I have got one class or one year group in particular that I want to give a bit of a mention to, but I'll come back to that in a little bit. So before I come on to that, let's crack you straight away with some of our mentions. So first off this week, we've got meerkats. So meerkats, Mr. McConaughey says, I would like to give a special mention to Noah Clark and Ariana Newcomb this week for their fantastic work. They've done work this week at school. Both children have been really creative and independent whilst working in the childcare provision. So well done to Noah and Ariana for your fantastic work this week. And then Mr. McConaughey says, huge hello to everybody that's been attending in nursery this week and also to those boys and girls that are busy working at home. So well done to you, boys and girls, for impressing Mr. McConaughey, Mrs. Woolley, and Mrs. Brown. So well done to you. Let's go to Zebra class. So let's go to Mrs. Ogden's class. So Mrs. Ogden says, a huge shout out to all of her children in their class. Well done for the work that you've done this week for those children that have returned. You've made her very proud along with Mrs. Calvert. And well done to children that are working hard at home. Keep it up. Keep making her proud and hoping that you enjoyed reading your reports with your mummies and daddies. So well done to all of the children in Zebra class. Now, let's go to Crocodile class. And we've got two mentions for you, Crocs. First off, Miss Cheeseman says, hello, Crocs. I just wanted to give a big special mention to Oliver, who created an invite at home to a party. It's amazing to see that he's continuing to work at home after his 2 days in school. So well done to you, Oliver. Also to Joshua Walters, who continues to amaze me week in, week out with his amazing work at home. Have a brilliant weekend, and I shall speak to you very soon, says Miss Cheeseman. So well done to those children. And then Miss Brownson's been in touch, and she says, a shout out please to Diana Ion for fantastic communication skills this week in all learning, and a special mention to Jack Bailey for an amazing story map of Where's My Teddy. So well done to those children in Crocs class that are also impressing the staff. So keep that up. That's fantastic. So let's go and have a look at some of our pictures that have come in this week. So not as many pictures this week, but that's because we've got more children back in school. So here's Oliver, and Oliver's been working really hard at home, and he's done this beautiful letter to his sister Patty. So well done to you, Oliver, for that fantastic work. Well done. Now, Summer Clayton has been busy in Mr. Crosby's class doing some work at home. And here she is doing her maths work. And I also saw you doing some work on your number of the day, Summer. And I've also just watched a lovely little video that you've done and sent in talking about your experience of living through the pandemic and coronavirus. So really, really impressed with the work that you're doing at home. So well done. Keep that up. Josh, we've just mentioned you earlier on, didn't we? But some fantastic work going on at home. So well done to Joshua Walters here. Some super work, beautiful handwriting and great work. Well done to Josh. And here's Georgina continuing to read. And here she's reading to her little brother, reading one of my favourite books here, The Tiger Who Came to Tea. So well done to you, Georgina. And here's Patty. Now, she sent this in, Mum sent this in via Twitter. And you can see there's Mrs. Gray in there with some extreme hairstyles. And I've got to say, I'm very envious of two things here. Firstly, very envious, Patty, of your amazing art skills. And secondly, extremely envious of hair. seeing as I don't have any. So maybe I could have one of those wigs designed for me. So there's Mrs. Gray with two very interesting looks. And here we've got Martha, who's been busy at home, and you've done all sorts, Martha, haven't you, this week? I saw some beautiful tie-dye work that you've been doing, and you can see you here working hard, making your T-shirts, and I saw those hanging up in your home after they were drying, but you've done all sorts of beautiful artwork this week, as well as being in school, so well done to you, Martha. And here's Mabel, and they're doing some rocks, painting their stones and pebbles, and I think you're going to put these together as a bit of a display, aren't you, in terms of just remembering the pandemic. So this might be part of the work that you're doing, is part of your transition work, putting those into school, because we're going to put together a great big display of these in the woods in September, so well done to you too. And Isaac Pugh, I know he's in school today in our childcare setting, but here's Isaac doing what he loves best, which is talking and learning about dinosaurs. And I was talking to Isaac when he came to school a couple of mornings ago, because I saw on the news that paleontologists, or people that investigate dinosaur bones, have found a new fragment of bone from what they think is the jaw of a new species of dinosaur. So I was sharing that with Isaac when I saw him earlier in the week. So some fantastic pictures coming in, but let's have a go look back at the other shout outs that are coming in today. So who else have we got here? So hello to Fenley, I've mentioned Daisy and Rosie and Martha and Mabel, and a big shout out to Leopards B in school today, the super chocolate makers, says Miss Hoogworth. I've not had a sample of any of this chocolate. You do realise if you make anything like this, you have to deliver it to my office for me to sample, but super chocolate makers in school today. So well done to you boys and girls working hard in school. Right, let's move forward some more of our shout outs. So we're going to go to kangaroo class, so kangaroos, and Mrs. Milner. So, special mentions kangaroo. Another amazing week in class with the children making beautiful snail books and learning about toys. I saw these books, they're absolutely fantastic. And I know Mrs. Milner's planning on putting those in our school library. But they're absolutely amazing pieces of work. Isabel Small for super alliteration work this week. So well done to you, Isabel. Angelina Marr for outstanding artwork and attention to detail. And Poppy Downing, super use of language when talking about her writing. And I know you're in school today, Poppy. So well done to you children for working really hard and impressing Mrs. Milner in kangaroo class. So well done. Let's go to Puma class. So let me find Mr. Crosby's mention. So Mr. Crosby says, good afternoon, Puma class. Myself and Mrs. Spencer are in school watching this assembly with some of your friends in class. All of us hope you are well at home and we miss you lots. Can myself and Mrs. Spencer give a special mention to the children that have been working in school this week? They've been superstars. Also, Summer Clayton for her maths work on times tables, rock stars and number of the day. And finally, a special mention for those children who have been using their computer skills on Microsoft Teams and do some extra work on there. Keep it up. Have a great weekend with your family from Mr. Crosby and Mrs. Spencer. So well done to our Pumas. Fantastic work there. Right, leopards, and I know you're in school today along with Miss Hoogworth, and here's your special mentions. So, hello leopards, myself and Mrs. Cowdery. I've loved seeing a lot of the leopards this week. Thank you so much for working so hard and making school really fun for us all. Have a super weekend, take care, and stay safe, says Miss Hoogworth. So well done to our leopards that have been returning to school and those children that are also at home working really, really hard. So well done to our leopards. Right, we'll go back to some of our pictures and let's see what else that's been sent in from children at home. So here's Carter. Carter Whiffin. Big birthday for Carter, and he celebrated that this week. And here's, look at the cake, it's as big as he is. So happy birthday to Carter. Max has been back at school, but here's Max busy at home doing some painting, and he bought me a beautiful bag full of fudging today. So I've enjoyed a few pieces of that. So thank you, Max, for bringing that in and making that with your mummy. And here's his little brother, Theo. Doing some fantastic painting again, and I know you've enjoyed being back at school, Theo, so well done to you boys. Here's Edie out and about. Now Edie visits a place that is very special to me, and it's a place called Riverlin Valley in Sheffield. And the reason it's so special is I used to visit there when my grandparents were alive. They used to take me there when I was a little boy, paddling in the very same stream that you're paddling there, Edie. So I hope you had a fantastic time. It looked like you dodged the showers and the rain when you were there. And here's Max Jakowski, and I know Max has been back at school, but you've been busy working hard at home as well, Max, haven't you? Learning about positive and negative terminals. So well done to Max. And Lexi, so Lexi Murdy's been busy at home, and she's been baking a cake for a very special birthday coming up. So busy getting everything ready to go on your cake there, Lex. So well done to you. So Lewis is not the donkey. It just so happens that I've labelled the donkey Lewis, but here's Lewis stroking a donkey, so he's been out and about enjoying a little bit of the fine weather this week. And here's his little brother Ollie feeding the goats there. So good afternoon to you boys. So some fantastic work that's coming from home and lots of exciting things that you've been up to. So it's been really, really lovely to see those things. So a few more shout outs then. So hi to Lucy boys. So hello to you that's also watching at home. Who else have we got? And Daisy Higgins. Good afternoon to you, Daisy, that's also watching at home this afternoon. So let's get back to some more of our special mentions. So we've got Jaguars next. So let's go to Jaguars. So Miss Lumley. I'd like to give a special mention to all of the Jaguars who have returned this week. Jaguars A on Monday and Tuesday, and Jaguars B on Thursday and Friday. They all did a great job at making delicious chocolate bars. I'd especially like to mention Cara and Max for their Chloe Creative name, and Leah for the fantastic presentation of her treat. All the children have made our week so lovely, and me and Mrs. Wilkinson have been so proud of how beautifully they've settled in and played together. So well done to Miss Lumley's class there, along with Mrs. Wilkinson. So well done, children, making sure that you're making everybody proud. So well done. Let's go to Panther class. So Panthers. Miss Smith. I've had all sorts of videos from Miss Smith this week. So I think, yes. Should I do it? Yeah. Okay. First off, I need to mention Cole. Now, I know Kian and Cole are in school today. And Miss Smith sent me a video. And he sent me this video of Cole singing. And he's trying out for the choir. Are you ready for this? Just listen to this. So I'm not sure about Cole singing there. I think he thinks he's really, really talented, but I'm not too sure. Right, special mention for Daisy, who's been Izzy independent all week and sent in some lovely work via Teams. Mrs. Gray hairstyle was especially creative, so well done. Shout out for Kieran and Cole and Ruby, who've had their birthdays this week and at the weekend, so happy birthday to you. Special mention for Patty for staying Richie resilient when Mum gave her the wrong number for the number of the day. So well done to you. You ended up doing it twice in 1 week, so practice makes perfect. And special mention to all of Panthers for being amazing and keeping me updated with everything they've done in school. And she sent me another video through that I've seen a little bit earlier on. And here they are wiping their tables down. Wipe it down. Wipe it down. So nice and clean in that class. So well done to you for working really hard and making everybody proud in school. So we're going to go to Tiger class next. So Mrs. Hargreaves and Mrs. Gray have sent mentions through. So Mrs. Hargreaves says, please can I give a shout out to all of Tiger class? I'm missing them loads. I hope they have a lovely final week of the term next week. So good afternoon to Mrs. Hargreaves that's watching at home. And then Mrs. Gray says, can I have a special mention to Patty who has designed me the most fabulous hairstyles? The picture is on Twitter, and that's the one I shared a little bit earlier on. Can I also give a shout out to both Tiger Bubbles for helping me and Mrs. Peace improve our times tables rockstar score? We've been doing lots of arena battles against each other. They're so fast, it's unbelievable, says Mrs. Gray. So well done to those children. And last but not least, let's go to Tiger class. Can I have, says Mrs. Gatt, can I have a special mention to Sydney, Shayla, Holly, Layla, Chantel and Lexi for their beautiful artwork on their invitations. Now, I received my invitation earlier on and that's fantastic. I can't wait to join you for your final assembly. So I'm looking forward to that next week. Kajani for great home learning. Lions Group B for great effort in the Teachers versus Year 6 Orienteering Challenge. Lions A for beating the teachers on times tables Rockstar. Pure luck, obviously, says Mrs. Gatt. Also, what I need to say, Year 6, is I was busy in the meeting that day. Just saying, wasn't there. If I was there, we might have won, but there we go. Reese, Logan and Freya for being top scorers. Also shout out to all the home learners. Remember to tune in and watch the Leavers assembly next week with us. We hope you're all okay and enjoying your new hoodies. So well done to our Lions there. So as well as all those things that have been coming in, we've also been doing lots of things in school. And this week we've started, Mrs. Gatt has organised the Year 6 versus staff competition. And every year we have this competition, don't we? We have Year 6 versus staff in a rounders match. Now, this year we can't have a rounders match. So Mrs. Gatt and the Year 6 crew have come up with a novel way of our end of year celebrations. And it started off at the beginning of the week with a times tables Rockstar battle with Lions A, so Year 6A. And you did just pippers and beaters on that one. But as I said, I was in a meeting that day, so I think that was a little bit unfair. And then we got together on Thursday, and this was an opportunity for Lions B to take on the teachers. And I've got to say, we absolutely annihilated Year 6, smashed them into the middle of next week with the times table Rockstar skills from the teachers. So well done, teachers. And that took us to 1-1 in terms of the staff versus Year 6 battle. And then we had orienteering today. And again, got to say, we were phenomenal staff. And so the staff won the battle today. So it really is down to Year 6A on Monday and Tuesday next week. So we're looking forward to that one. And the Year 6s took it kind of well. They were a little bit grumpy towards the end. But then once they realised that they had to bow down to the masters of orienteering, they took their forfeit well and were completely soaked by Mrs. Gatt as we took them to the stocks to be covered in water. So you took that one really, really well. We coined a new phrase, which is being maleet, which essentially means being completely soaked. For those of you not in school, drop Malik a message and he'll tell you exactly what happened to him. So well done to Year 6 for being absolutely fantastic. Really, really impressed. So keep that up into next week. Let's just have a look and see if we've got any more people that are watching online at the moment at home. And I think I've covered everybody there. So we're almost there with our mentions. So we're going into the final week next week. Lots of stuff still happening in school. So for our children that are back in either Monday and Tuesday or Thursday and Friday. Lots of fun things planned for you. Year 6, I'm especially looking forward to your Leavers assembly before we say goodbye to you and wish you well on your journey on into Year 7. Everybody else in school and at home, you've now had your reports. If you're at home, they would have been posted out on Wednesday, so they'll be dropping through anytime soon. And you all know which teachers you've got next year. So if you've not done so yet, go onto our YouTube channel and go and have a look at those videos of your new class teachers. Some amazing videos on there. Now have a look at who your new class teacher is. And you've also got a sheet of activities to have a look at over the summer holidays with things that your teachers, your new teachers, would like you to get ready for when you come back to school in September. Now, what I'm busy at the moment doing, along with some of the other staff in school, is getting ready for September. And I'm going to be writing to your mums and dads and the people that look after you on Monday to let them know about our plan for September. So all going well, fingers crossed. And as long as people continue to stay healthy and remain safe, we're hoping to be opening the school full-time from September. So that will mean that you'll come back to school and go to almost normality. Still be things a little bit slightly different, but I'll share those with you over the next week or so. But we will be coming back to school every day in September. So hopefully you will be looking forward to that. Now, in a few moments, I'm going to leave you. I'm going to leave you to enjoy the rest of your afternoon if you're in school. I know our Key Stage 2 children are preparing to leave in about the next 10 minutes or so. I can see your parents getting ready outside school to come round. and our Key Stage 1 early years children, you'll be going home in about 40 minutes along with our childcare children. And the children at home, I'm going to wish you a very happy weekend. Before I go, I've just got to shout out to Summer Clayton that's also watching at home. I don't think I mentioned her this afternoon. So hello to Summer, and I hope you're fine at home this afternoon. Right, boys and girls, before I go, make sure you look after yourselves this weekend. Stay nice and safe. For those that you are back in school next week, I look forward to seeing you either on Monday and Tuesday next week or Thursday and Friday. Have a fantastic weekend and enjoy yourselves, and I'll see you next week. So, bye for now. Have a fantastic weekend.